Alright, here we go again. This is now my 4th attempt. I've decided I'm only going to put in the successful attempt. I'm not going to pretend like this was the first try afterwards. It's not the point of this. Just trying to avoid showing the same fight 10 times or so, because I'm not that good at ONS, so they do tend to kill me a fair bit. So yeah, just it takes a while. This time though, I'll remember to put the humanity on my bar, because I can use that as an emergency heal. I'd prefer not to, but just in case it becomes necessary, using that from your inventory while in a boss fight is kind of rough. And yeah, I'll just probably stick this to the end of the Dark Souls, whatever part it is. Well, the part before, basically. As you see, this is at the end of the first... This is right after the first attempt, which went so close. If I hadn't gotten careless, I would have totally made it. Ugh. But yeah, soloing these guys is rough. I would recommend, if you're playing offline, definitely summon Solaris. You saw in my first attempt, he can help in the first phase quite a bit. Especially if you make sure that the giant guardian guys are all dead. Ugh, that lightning should have been much slower. Damn it. Come on, willing to buy more reach. Oh yeah, just in case, this might never see the light of day, but you know, might as well keep up some trivia. It's not, ouch, it is not possible to kill them simultaneously. You can technically kill them with the same cast of a spell or with the same swing of a weapon. It's a bit difficult to set up, but it's definitely possible. But the game will always consider one of them to have died first. So even if you kill them both with the same swing or the same spell, one of them will be considered to be the first. I'm not sure if it always defaults to the same, or if it uses some other means, if it's random, or if it's if it looks at minute differences in when they died. I don't know. But yeah, you will always have to go through the second phase, even if you manage to kill them simultaneously. It doesn't work. I've managed it myself once, because back then all I had to go on was the wiki, and wikis can be notoriously wrong on that sort of stuff. Because quite often wiki entries are written by a small group of people. So that might be someone tried it and it didn't work for him, but he just didn't do it right. And then he's going to put on the wiki, you know, you can't do it. And then everyone else is just going to assume that's true. Especially if he says he tested it. Because this not being the easiest thing to test, people probably don't want to go through the effort. So they'll just assume, oh, you know, this guy tried it, he's... And it might not be ill will or anything, it just, he tried it but didn't quite set it up right, or he didn't try everything. And then he's convinced it doesn't work, and especially if he's a prominent member of the wiki, that tends to be taken as read. Which can be a little troublesome. I've made the mistakes before of just believing something because it was in the wiki, and that's not always the best idea. By the way, the fat lightning, the slow one, you don't want to block. That was a very good opportunity to heal, by the way, because Ornstein was blocked by the pillar, so he couldn't get to me. whereas Smough was still in his recoil, or in his getting back up animation after his butt stomp. This slow lightning. You can block the fast one, the slow one you cannot block. It's going to go through your shield and knock you down and deal a ton of damage. Fast one you can block if you like. Still, dodging is preferable, but blocking is acceptable. Oh, he died. Nice. Whoa, that lightning went just past me. Ugh. Okay, let's try this again. No! Whoa, that was dumb. Incidentally, this is something that's very important in general. Don't instantly try to heal because you've taken damage. Because right after you've taken damage doesn't tend to be a good window of opportunity. So as you saw just there, I was low on health. I was definitely going to be one hit if any other attack had hit me. But if I just tried drinking then, the next attack would have hit me and I would have died. Instead, I waited for the next opportunity, which is the butt slam. It's the best opportunity to heal in this fight. Simply because it's got a long wind up. And you have enough time to get away and drink before he's back up. And only then did I go for the heal, because I knew it was a safe time. And that's very, very important. Do not go for a heal just because you've taken damage. Make sure you're actually in a safe position to heal. Because if you heal but then you get hit, it interrupts your healing and you take damage, which very often just means you die. Like right now, I'm going to heal. Now. And I'm fine. Okay, I do not like it when you're that much in a corner. And I should not have gone for that attack. I was lucky. But yeah, incidentally, you just saw me hitting him for 211 damage. Ugh. Bad roll there. Roll to the side instead of forward. Go on, butt slam. Butt slam. Butt slam. Thank you. That's because I hit him just as he did his jumping back. And that's the counter hit system, or is it called critical hit? I don't know what the game calls it, but I hit him as he was in a specific animation, in which he takes more damage. There again. And by the way, if you are close enough and have enough time, you can actually run away, just walk away from the butt slam. You don't need to roll, just like this. It has quite a long wind up, so it's easy enough to avoid. Welcome to AI loop. Okay, not long now. There we go. Critical hit for the win. Okay, I'm not going to keep those first two attempts in. Yeah, I don't know how long this episode was, but yeah. Here, by the way, you get the soul of Ornstein. You only get the soul of the guy you killed second. So the super version. In my case, Super Ornstein, so I get the soul of Ornstein. You always get the humanity. And you only get the Leo ring if you do Super Ornstein. If you do Super Smough, you've lost the Leo ring for that playthrough. Otherwise, of course, you've lost the soul of Smough, which you can also only get once per playthrough. The Leo ring, though, is kinda nice. It strengthens the counter damage on piercing weapons, so it's very nice if you go for spears. Because with a spear you tend to get counter hits a lot. A counter hit is the thing I explained, where if you hit enemies during parts of their animations they take more damage. Just like Ornstein, if I hit him during his backstepping, I dealt bonus damage to him. And yeah, you strengthen that effect using the Leo ring on thrust weapons. And with a spear, of course, you have your shield up. You can still attack them, your enemies. So you have a good chance of hitting them during one of those animations, which usually tends to be more risky because the animations are attack animations. So, you know, you have to attack them unguarded while they attack you. Whereas this way, with the spear, you're still guarding even though you're attacking them. Yeah. Again, this was my 4th attempt. You've seen the first one last episode. And yeah, I changed my mind, by the way. I'm making this the beginning of a new episode. Anyway, you saw last episode the first attempt, which almost worked out. I died twice, pretty pathetically. Once didn't even make it to the second phase. Second time died very early in the second phase because I had no more Estus. And yeah, 4th time is the charm apparently. And I did it without Solaire, so hey. Now this fight in particular, I'm just gonna go on a tangent here. Bear with me. This fight in particular is one that people say, if you didn't do the solo the first time, you didn't play it properly. Screw those people. This fight is clearly designed to not be fought alone. That's why they give you 2 enemies. No other boss fight in this game gives you 2 enemies of that caliber. I mean, you've got stuff like the Camper Demon, who's got the 2 small dogs with him. Or fairly large dogs, actually, but still, yeah, kind of small-ish in comparison. Anyway, but the dogs die in 2 or 3 swings. So the essence of the Kappa Demon fight is obviously that you're very claustrophobic, you don't have much space, it's difficult to dodge, so you either need high health, or you need to block, or you need to be able to roll very well to get through that with ease, or you go for the Wolf Ring, which makes it quite a cakewalk. So that's the point of that, whereas this fight here, they give you 2 very mobile, very powerful, and very insistent enemies. They don't let off. They don't stand back and kind of let you fight. There is another encounter in this game where you fight multiple strong enemies at the same time, which is another fairly notorious and difficult boss fight. And that one clearly was designed to be soloed. Because if you do that other boss fight, which we'll get to very much later in the game, if you fight one of those, there's up to 4 guys. Well, anyway, let's just go. Anyway, if you fight one of them and others are there, they will stay back. They won't both aggressively pursue you with all their strength, because that would make that fight incredibly difficult. And they didn't want the game to be that difficult. So this fight here, where you've got 2 guys constantly in your face and really not letting off very much, clearly you're meant to do this with a partner. So you can either summon Solaire, who is definitely strong enough. As you could see in the first phase, he almost killed Ornstein before I could kill Smough, so he has decent damage, because my damage is actually very, very good for this point of the game. It's not mega super awesome, but it's pretty strong. And Solaire definitely has similar strength. And he's also able to tank in the first phase. He's not meant to help in the second phase, because then you're against a single enemy, so you're meant to be able to do that alone. But he's definitely there to be able to help in the first phase. And again, I am pretty sure, even though obviously the developers never actually said anything to that effect, but this fight was meant to be done in co-op with partners, or at least one other guy. So either go online and summon help, you know, my summon sign is sometimes there, someone else's is pretty much always there, or just summon Solaire. Yeah. And do not listen to people telling you that if you didn't do this solo, you didn't do it right. Pretty sure that the fight was designed with co-op in mind. As you saw, it's possible to solo, it's just not that easy. You either need very good damage, or you need to be very, very patient. And yeah, I mean, I had some very lucky breaks there, so bear that in mind, and definitely do not listen to people telling you that you're playing the game wrong. Anyway, time to meet the best NPC in the game. And my timer is kind of pointless now, because I really don't know how long it's been. Hello!
Thou hast journeyed far, and overcome much, chosen undead. Come hither, child.
I am mesmerized.
Oh, chosen undead, I...
Okay, I'm just going to skip through this dialogue. If you're playing online, you pretty much always find a selection of hilarious messages on the ground here. Well, I say hilarious. Watch out for chest ahead, try holding with both hands, stuff like that. Amazing chest ahead is also very popular. The game tries to be a Western-style RPG, even though it's by a Japanese developer, but there are situations where the Japanese developer kind of shines through. Originally, Guinevere was meant to be a lot younger, I believe, but yeah, this is clearly fully grown. Anyway, what was I saying? Kind of lost my train of thought. Anyway, now that we've got the Lord Vessel, we can travel between bonfires using the warp command. Now, almost every bonfire, with the exception of 2, I believe, you're able to warp away from. You're only able to warp to a selection of bonfires, though. Let's go for... I was going to go to Firelink. Because after this encounter, after you've got the Lord Vessel, that's when the game really opens up. I'll also want to remove that, and yeah. I've got the Firekeeper soul from killing Lautragor. You know, the guy I cheesed with poison arrows. We can put that right here, just return it. And that will make Anastasia come back. And now we can basically use their services again. She still doesn't want to talk. She can now, because we restored her. Her tongue, which had been cut out, is back. But she doesn't want to talk. I don't know, lore reasons. Don't want to go into it. But yeah, now this bonfire is back and usable, which is nice. And I guess let's talk to him.
Heaven.
Now that we've got the Lord Vessel, he's going to take us down to Firelink Chamber, blah 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 blah. And we put the Lord Vessel down. Do not ask where we were keeping that, you probably don't want to know. This also counts as bonfire, by the way. Not that we need it. We really only need to come back here for the very end of the game. Now he tells us who we have to kill next. It doesn't really tell you where to go for them, but if you had watched the cutscene, which I skipped, maybe I shouldn't have, but anyway. The cutscene that I just skipped kind of shows you where certain portals open up that you're now able to go through. Okay, I am thinking I probably want to talk to you.
Oh, hello there. Oh, as all.
And let's see... Yeah, I need more souls.
Please, no, you...
Okay. I will actually do nothing interesting anymore in this episode. I'll just go grab some souls. By selling excess items to the snake dude. So I'll probably no, I won't record it actually. Yeah, I'll just use feed item to sell him stuff I don't have any use for, like the cracked red eye orbs. I don't do PvP, and Eye of Death again. I don't do PvP. Just any of this stuff that I'm not planning to ever use. I'm just going to sell him. For souls, and yeah, I'm going to end the episode now. It's probably going to be a little short, but I hope you enjoyed it anyway, and I'll see you again next time. Bye bye.